What? Why are you shaking your head?
You're welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Hump Day with Hansen. I am John Hansen. We got our guy Thomas Tipple on the other side of the glass here. It is Wednesday, November 26th, and we are ready for Turkey Day. Well, not totally ready. We're going to break down the three matchups for tomorrow, and then we'll pretty much open it up for Q&A. We could talk players to trade for, but things are getting a little light on that front as I finish my tweet here. So Thomas, how are you this morning? Good morning, sir. Happy holidays, even though you're Canadian and you don't give a rat's ass.
I was going to say good morning. Yeah, we got some comments on the Dynasty Points podcast wondering where everybody was. And I was like, look, guys, like Ryan and Lucas have families and things to do. So you got me. Then we've had our Thanksgiving already. So it was just me for Dynasty Points on that release this morning. I'm doing well, slept in a little bit today, but you know what? Feeling good, feeling great. Not feeling great about this Bengals-Ravens matchup, though.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be spending time with only two people in my family. I have a wife and four kids. My three sons are going to be. They're all going to be in New Jersey for the holidays. So it's just me, my wife, and my daughter who's home from college. So that's nice. But just for anybody who's wondering, my daughter, Olivia, I know I talked about her a lot on Sirius over the years with her learning. She had a lot of learning problems, dyslexia and all that. She's doing really well at SCAD, which is in Savannah College of Art and Design, film major. So I think we potentially are looking at the next female Quentin Tarantino, basically, is what we're looking for. So keep that name in your back pocket. I sat and watched a movie with her. She watches movies better than I do now because she's really good with foreshadowing and she's really good with the camera. She's a film major. So we watched last night one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a very low-key movie, but I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a 23-year-old movie about Schmidt.
Yes, absolutely.
Directed by Alexander Payne, who's one of my favorites. Jack Nicholson is just, I can watch that movie. I could watch it like once a year with no problems. I really love that movie. Very low key Jack Nicholson, but my daughter did enjoy it. So that's good. But all right. With that said, do you have any thoughts on About Schmidt?
Oh, it's just a movie I didn't get to watch when I was young because I'm only 30. I'm 37, right? So 2002 would have been like prime, like, video gaming, MLB, MVP 2002.
Right.
But seeing it when I got older, it was like, damn, it's really good. Not a lot of movies are made like that now as they were before. Right. We do have some questions. We're going to see that. I see your super chat. We're definitely going to get to that. Do not worry. Also want to apologize. I'm normally around to answer everybody's questions after this show goes off. If you don't get your questions answered, was not around last week to be able to do that. Had a lot of stuff going on. I can wear hats now post-op, so we're doing good there. So if your questions don't get asked today, I will be around to.
Yeah, you're doing surgery during the season. Who does that?
Hey, we had to get it done. We did not miss a single show. Didn't miss a show. Didn't miss a live stream. Didn't miss a podcast. That's how we roll here. We grind it out. So I will be around after to answer everybody's questions if we don't get to them.
You have a long way to go though, because I'm on a streak and I won't even worry about jinxing myself. I haven't been sick or had anything that really precluded me from doing this job in 32 years in a row. I haven't missed a day in 32 years during the fall. I've been sick and bedridden during the months of August through January forever. So a lot of that is knowing that you can't get sick.
Yeah. For sure. I'll say this. If I get to say that after 29 more years, I'm going to be a pretty happy man here. Obviously, we have a lot of start and sit that people are going to want to know about.
Right.
It's a little tougher for non-Thursday related start and sit. Keep that in mind. We don't have all our projections out and done, but let's kick it off with the Thursday night game, shall we? or not Thursday night game, but the Thursday games. Obviously, we're going to have a Detroit game in here. Quick turnaround for Detroit. What's your read on the Thursday Detroit Lions football game?
Green Bay at Detroit. I'm looking here at our projections. We got Jared Goff for 245, 1.7. We have Amon-Ra doing very well. I mean, he always does well, although I do worry about him a little bit. I don't know if he's going to have a big game because you have Bullard, who's been really, really good. Jahmyr Gibbs, I went back and I looked at all the history. We did play in week 1. That was that game where Gibbs got 10 catches for like freaking 11 yards. I mean, it was like he averaged like 2 yards a catch. That was weird. They didn't run the ball all that well. I could tell you, I am very close to putting it in on the site because I'm doing very well on November. Going under on Amon-Ra because of Bullard, but we are, I see, projecting over, it's not much over his yardage total, about maybe 10 yards. It's like 77.5. I don't have a great feel for this game. I hate to say it, but the guy that should do well is JMO. But we lost so much trust there. You have a secondary in Green Bay. They're a little shakier on the outside, but, they do play mostly zone, and they're looking to keep things in front of them. So with no Sam Laporta, this is going to be a tough one. This is a little bit of a weird one. I think they're going to need somebody else to step up like that we're not thinking about, like a Brock Wright or Tesla or freaking Khalif Raymond, something like that. Now, for Green Bay, I'm not going to comment on Josh Jacobs. I don't know what his status is. I'd be worried. I mean,
I'm not trusting him.
I don't trust him. I mean, last week, before I'm in a high stakes league where I'm battling for the playoffs. Before I even knew he was inactive, I just benched his ass. I'm like, I'm not playing him. Now, it would feel a little bit better today because they probably held him out last week because of the short week. But, Wilson is there and he's solid. So it's a problem. I don't trust him. I do like Jordan Love in this game. Obviously, they play a lot of man. That's what we're looking for. We're not projecting anything ultra special. Watson should do well, but here's a problem. He'll see a good amount of DJ Reed, who's really good. So I am not about to try and handicap the Green Bay receivers. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I will say, and one of the reasons I do like Love to do pretty well is, pretty good schematic matchups for everyone, including, of course, Watson. So you have the individual matchup and then the schematic. Schematically, it's very good because they play a lot of man. Wicks does well against man as well. I don't know if they'll get Golden back, but I think Love will do well, have one of his better games. It won't be a crap show, I don't think. Though, divisional opponents, you just second time around this year. So not an easy game to get a handle on. I kind of think David Montgomery is a little bit of a sleeper. Because looking at the zone and gap runs, they're better on the zone runs, and both guys are crushing gap run. Did you know that I looked it up? Jahmyr Gibbs is averaging on gap runs. He's like 9 yards a carry, and those 8 yards a carry, which is absurd. I kind of feel like David Montgomery is a little bit of a sleeper, but I got nothing here in terms of like really feeling strongly about anything other than maybe Watson. Now, the next game I feel a little bit better about. The Patriots, the Chiefs at the Cowboys. Number one, not everyone. I think people know that Mahomes and the Chiefs are struggling against man coverage, right? It has not gone well. Dallas has played mostly zone. They're zone heavy. However, they have played man at times. So I just think they're going to play man. I really do. Or maybe a little bit more than usual, which I think is very good for Xavier. I like Xavier Worthy. I really, really do. He showed signs of life last week. I think he's healthier. He's going to see a lot of Deron Bland, who's given up a lot of production. And if they do play man, he's kind of their man beater. So for what it's worth, I like Worthy here, at least over at 37.5. Now, if they are zone based. So, the reason one of the reasons I think they'll play more man is because if they do play all zone, then Mahomes to Rashee Rice is going to just eat them up, basically, catch like 8, 9, 10 balls. So I also really like Mahomes' rushing prop. I see one at 20.5. Number one, Dallas has given up the third most schedule adjusted fantasy points per game to quarterbacks in the running game the last 5 weeks. And again, if they do play more zone or man, A, it'll be more difficult for the receivers, and B, it will be more conducive to running, and it'll be easier for Mahomes to run. So I do think he'll run tomorrow and get over the number. Otherwise, I'm not feeling like great about Rashee and Travis Kelce. Obviously, we're starting them in pretty much everything. Kelce has done well against a man at times this year. I looked; it's not as great now, but we are projecting Mahomes to go over his rushing prop for what it's worth, 25. We're projecting 281 with 2 tutties. I see the books have the touchdown line at 2.5. So I think Mahomes will have a good day at the end of the day. Of course, it's not easy to figure out who's going to do something. I kind of do like Hollywood Brown. I hate to say it. At the very least, to go over his prop. I mean, we're not starting Hollywood Brown, but to my point, the number I believe is like 17 yards, and we are projecting like 24. So that's a little bit more. He's been a little bit of their man beater. For Dallas, I have to make a bold prediction here. I think this is the week where George Pickens, and I was wrong last week, dead wrong. I didn't think he'd struggle or anything like that, but I just didn't think he'd hit his prop, but he did hit it. But this week, and I wasn't feeling warm and fuzzy about Alec Pierce last week. One of the reasons was Trent McDuffie. I do think based on the alignment, Pickens will see a lot of McDuffie. I also think that maybe, Steve Spagnuolo will devote resources to try and take George out. I understand they have CeeDee Lamb on the other side. So I do like Lamb this week more than Pickens, but I also think that they're going to probably try and take both guys out as much as they possibly can, which I do believe will open things up for Jake Ferguson in this game. So, all right, I think that's that. Next up, the Cincinnati-Baltimore game. Well, you can help me with Baltimore, but number one, I think Joe Burrow's passing prop is absurd. It's like 255. Guess what? I'm taking the under on that puppy. I'm not
taking the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under. I'm not seeing it. He hasn't played in 2 months.
I know, but it's Ravens, Bengals. I think he could have played on Sunday. I think he could have played on Sunday, and they chose not to because they played on Thursday. I'm telling you, the Ravens defense didn't get better. I've been saying it. They had
but no T. Higgins.
John Mechie.
No T. Higgins.
Take Mike Gesicki's over.
Oh yeah.
Take Gesicki's over.
That I like.
I mean, they can't cover Jamar Chase. They can't cover Jamar Chase when their defense was ranked number 1, number 2, number 3. They couldn't stop them. I don't see a world where Joe Burrow doesn't come in and throw this ball 48 times in a game where the Ravens can't. The Ravens haven't been themselves in weeks. They barely. Look, this is a trap game. Everyone's going to pick the Ravens. No. This is a trap game. The Ravens barely got past Cleveland. They barely got past the Jets, which is embarrassing. Their defense hasn't actually gotten better. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Gesicki, all going to smash. I'll take Joe Burrow 288 passing yards this weekend.
Well, that means he only goes over by 12 yards. My point is it's a high number for a guy who hasn't played in 2.5 months. Who's out without his number 2 receiver. I mean, what if on the chance Derrick Henry actually dominates in the running game? Which this is the matchup to do it.
Yeah. I think. Okay, so here's the thing with Derrick Henry, and I went back and forth with Brett Whitefield on this. When Derrick Henry does really well, you'll notice one thing. It's not from shotgun. Right? They need to stop with this shotgun delayed handoff stuff with him. Right. They need to line up under center. Look at what happened when they played Buffalo. Look what happened at the goal line finally. I was sitting in the Fantasy Points company chat just hollering at my TV, get under center at the goal line. They ran it twice last week. Guess what? Touchdowns for Derrick Henry. That's what they need to do this week. I wouldn't even throw the ball with Lamar Jackson if
that bad, huh? I played the
rushing attempts.
Oh, I know. I played the under last week on Lamar. It was like 30 4.5. I mean, it was a joke.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
Toe, ankle, hamstring. He's banged up. It's a weird divisional game, which is always tough here. But you're not sitting Chase Brown. You're obviously not sitting Jamar Chase.
Right.
I'm playing Mike Gesicki where I have him if I really need a desperation flex play. I think he's locked in for a good game. It's tough. You want to play all your guys against the Bengals. I don't know what to do with Mark Andrews. He is.
Yeah, I know.
If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's useless to you.
Yeah. They do play top 12 man coverage, do the Bengals, which I actually didn't realize, but it makes sense because that DJ Turner has been kind of erasing dudes on the outside. Yes. Maybe that's part of it.
So Zay Flowers is probably a no-go for me this week.
Yeah, I did look at that, and I mean, he's not going to see him based on alignment numbers. It's actually Bateman, but of course, we don't know if Bateman's going to go.
I don't. Everything that I've seen has Bateman not going this week.
Right.
So we'll see. I can't imagine they're just going to let Zay Flowers run around. Well, they have their best corner covering DeAndre Hopkins. I expect some things. Oh, actually, you know what? I just checked. From yesterday, Harbaugh did say Bateman ankle was a full participant in practice today. He looks good. So maybe Zay Flowers back on the menu.
Yeah, there you go. And then if you're looking for a sleeper in that game, by the way, I look, the Raven passing game, and look, they didn't have Bateman last week, so that didn't help. But the Raven passing game, the whole offense, as you know, has just been kind of dead. So, great matchup here overall. So maybe somebody else kind of steps up and gets it done. And I think that person is Isaiah Likely. They do play a good amount of zone. He had a 2-touchdown game against them last year.
Yeah, that was an insane. Lamar fumbled it, stiff arm the defender, running back foot jump throw into the end zone that I had 3 separate panic attacks on. I'll never forget that one.
So there it is. That's what I have.
That's the Ravens. That's just what the Ravens and Bengals give you. But I will also say their run defense is so bad, and Keaton Mitchell is so good.
Yeah. Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if Keaton Mitchell got 5 for 55 and 1.
Right.
In a game like this. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for checkdowns as well. Lamar was looking to check it down quite a bit to running backs last week.
Yeah, even Henry included.
That's right. So Keaton Mitchell becomes a very interesting play to me this week in terms of, look, there were teams I started Shedeur Sanders on last week in Dynasty. So it's desperate out there sometimes. I'll be looking for some absolute skank plays. I have a feeling Keaton Mitchell will be my fat ass running back of the week, and I have a feeling he'll be playing a little bit. Let's get into some questions.
Let's get into it. Yes.
RCG popped in with the $4.99. Shout out to you. 14 team PPR. He's in second place. He's doing good. Do I keep Luther Burden or Ricky P? Kincaid is available on waivers. Been using Loveland. Do I make that move to drop Loveland?
I don't know about Kincaid this week. Of course, we're going in blind with the short week, but I would. I wrote actually he is the player to trade for on the site, like the guy that I highlight. Can't even remember who the hell it was last week. Somebody who did something, but I always like to get the right photo. Oh, it was Tyler Warren who was okay, but he's got 3-4 really good matchups upcoming this week. But yeah, this week it was in fact Dalton Kincaid, because clearly he's their number one receiver. He's their best receiver. I love Shakir in general, but he's up and down. He doesn't do well against man coverage. So I would, and look, Loveland is coming on. Like he's a physical freak who at this point is just kind of commanding the ball. So I think he's going to be all right. And we were talking about him. I was out in the preseason, but once we got to like week 6, he's like readily available. I'm like, hey, let's go. But I would rather have Kincaid than Loveland. As for Luther Burden, boy, Ricky really crapped the bed last week. That was a buzzkill, but I still like Ricky over Burden. Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions in the first half, so they kind of took the air out of the ball. A couple of those, I believe, were intended for Ricky. You could tell that they were trying to get him the ball early, and it just kind of got away from him. So I still like Ricky over Luther Burden, but Burden is coming on here. Here's the problem with Burden. I was very high on Burden, if you recall, Thomas, in our live stream last week, but he didn't do as well as I thought he could have maybe a blow-up game. That's why I was pumping it up. Here's what happened. Freaking DJ Moore came back. Well, so if DJ Moore is going to stay involved, maybe he's a little bit of a front runner. It's like DJ Moore is always miserable. It's like, dude, you're 8-2. What are you miserable about? I know Caleb Williams kind of stinks, but maybe DJ Moore, he's a grumpy dude. I've met him. Well, maybe he's back.
DJ Moore was left so open on one of those touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of swayed.
It's true, but he still got a lot of targets and catches.
They didn't even look at him on that play, which is amazing. It's like he used that, Batman shark repellent from the original Adam West Batman, just kept everyone away from him.
You're talking about the defense didn't even look at him.
Yeah,
because they're like,
they didn't even bother.
DJ Moore, DJ Moore's not.
So it is interesting. My lean here is Burden.
Really?
Over the last couple of weeks, Luther Burden has just been that dude. I mean, he outscores Roma Dunze last week, and again, outside of that, the last touchdown there. I like Burden. It looks like the 49ers offense looks to be a 3-man funnel right now, because when they go outside of their 3-man funnel, that's Jennings, Kittle, McCaffrey, it implodes on them, which is what we kind of saw here last week. But Luther Burden has seen his target share like uptick 15.6, 14.3%. DJ Moore was at like 11%, 9.4%. He did see a 20% this week. But
we're also at the mercy of Caleb Williams.
We are, for sure. And I just want to believe that the rookie will overtake. Like we're looking at a low end flex option, right? That's how you have to look at rookie Pearsall. And I want to hope that the rookie can continue to grow. Like we have seen it since the bye week. It's really started to uptick. All the coach speak on it is insanely positive. Like I'm not playing Ricky Pearsall with any confidence in a week to week at this point of the season.
By the way, FYI, I don't really like Burden schedule wise. He's got the Eagles this week. That's tough. Then you got Green Bay twice in the next 3 weeks. Good luck with that. Javon Bullard doesn't give up crap. I know he's not going to be on him exclusively, but that's a pretty tough matchup there. So I think 3 of the next 4. Then you got Cleveland. Who knows about that one? I'm going Ricky. I understand Ricky's a little annoying. Ricky's like the white Jameson Williams, in that it's like boom or bust. But look, Ricky's the number 1 pick. They love Ricky. Everyone loves Ricky. So there'll be better days. What else we have?
I like it. We have got. Let me just pull this up here.
But I hear you on Burden. Slot receiver for Ben Johnson's offense.
But he's already second in the league. Like he can kind of afford to shoot for the highest upside, maybe. But I don't know. I like your take on it. I definitely like your take on it. Thornton wants to know, am I sitting Purdy for Herbert and Brissett in a super flex league? Hate the matchup for Purdy. We just talked about it. Right. Also, pick 2 running backs. He needs to start Dowdle, Tracy, and Hampton. Starting Hampton, that's going to be a rough one for me. Is
Hampton scheduled to come back?
He's practicing. The window is open. I don't think you're getting Hampton back this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a trend the last 2-3 years where it used to be like if you're hurt and then you return to practice, like you're playing. Mm-hmm. But that's been a trend where guys are like, there's like a 1 week ramp up. Probably Trey Benson would be a good example.
Well, quote, we've opened the 21-day practice window for Amarian Hampton. Good to get him back on the field and start ramping it up. You're not playing Hampton this week.
Right. Yeah,
we'll see how the week goes. You're just not.
They use the word ramp just like me. Let me see where we have Mr. Purdy and all these guys. I mean, I've already done my quarterback. I have Herbert up there pretty high. Hopefully we do as well. as well. Oh, yeah, there you go. QB 7. All right. So we're going to go Herbert there, coming off the bye against the Raiders. And then, okay, Brissett or Purdy. I think you can go Brissett there against Tampa. Maybe that turns into a little bit of a, I do think Purdy up against Cleveland could work out because they play man, and generally Purdy has been pretty good against man. But I'm fine with Brissett. Let me see where I have it real quick, just to compare and contrast. Oh wow, look at that! You would not believe how many times my rankings are right in line with Chris's. I'm not even looking at it. I have Herbert at QB 7 as well. Bubbity bop, and I have Brissett at QB 13. So yeah, over Purdy, which I believe we also have Brissett at QB. Look at that. What are the odds of that? I'm telling you, it's weird. We have Brissett at QB 12. I'm at 13. We have Purdy at 7. So yeah, the answer is sitting Purdy. We have Purdy at 17. I ended up having Purdy. Where the hell is he? Jeez, I got him at 20. Ugh, maybe 18, like 19. So yeah, very close. Look at that. That's incredible. So yeah, we're gonna sit Purdy there. Oh, and then Dowdle. Yeah, I'm starting Dowdle and Tracy. Obviously, Tracy looked great on that 42-yard catch and run. He looked pretty good the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he has. He definitely has. He actually, for the first time, led the Giants in touches inside the 5.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
And now, we'll see what happens this coming week. Also, look, I've been a known Jameis Winston hater for years. He is the best. He has the best PR team I've ever seen.
He's a good actor. He's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer. He has an insane PR team. If you Google Jameis Winston's history, look, there have been players removed from the league for worse. And this dude is just nationally loved. So shout out his PR team. That catch and run he made was probably the most fun bit of football I have seen in a long, long time. That was an insane play by him. I started him a couple spots this week, and reception. I wasn't watching that game. I go, reception. I go and look, and yeah, sure enough, insane highlight, stiff arm. So shout out.
How about the flip though? The football flip. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Very good.
I don't know if that was an homage to LT.
Did he do the hand behind the head with the flip? That's the
true.
That's how you know it's LT. Yeah, exactly. True. Hand behind. Shout out our guy. Uptown Billy, we might have accidentally answered this one, but if Omarion Hampton is a full go, do I need to sit 2 out of Chase Brown, Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, and Kenny Gainwell? 0.5 PPR. Happy holidays to you, Playboys.
If Hampton is a full go, I need to sit 2 out of him, Brown, Aaron Jones, Warren. Yeah, I'm sitting Hampton. I don't trust. I don't trust it, man. I really don't. Like, even if he does play, I could see it. Like 7 carries, a couple target. Like still play Vidal. Vidal has kind of, let's say, cemented himself, but he's asserted himself relatively well, and so ease Hampton into it.
And it's not like the Carolina defense. Oh, sorry, that's the Rams that are playing. Wrong LA team. I apologize. It's the Raiders. Yeah, you'd want to play them that way, but
I'd have to go Chase Brown, and I'm still going Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones looks good. He
does look good.
Chase Brown, he's probably gonna get some checkdowns from the Brosmer. He's gonna play this week, so probably gonna see some checkdowns. And you're not sitting Jalen Warren at / Kenny Gainwell. Like, you're just not. It's Arthur Smith is doing his thing with the running back. So I'm sitting Hampton this week, even though it makes me sad. Thoughts on Chase Brown rest of season with Pirine back, and rather have Chase Brown or Javonte rest of season? I want Chase Brown rest of season.
It's a tough call, man.
Pirine or not. We loved Chase Brown because
we did.
Joe Burrow offense. It was
we did
volume. He's now, look, he's the guy. He gets the touches inside the 5. Look, Pirine is okay for some checkdowns and things like that, but I love what they do with Javonte. I love that they give him carry after carry after carry. They are not throwing to him
at all.
That's the upside. And
100%.
They're now getting vultured by 1 yard Dak Prescott touchdowns.
Right. Yeah. No, that is absolutely amazing how Javonte everything's just dried up. I mean, this is a guy who he's got like a 13 catch game on his resume. Like he could catch 6, 7, 8 every single damn week, but they don't even bother with it. And part of that is an edict or an inclination to just feed the ball to those two outside studs and a little Ferguson. Yeah. And you can't stop Hunter Lumpke. I mean, Hunter Lumpke commands the ball like no other. Like he's like second behind Emmitt Smith in terms of commanding the ball in the Cowboys backfield in their history. Maybe Tony Dorsett. I'm only kidding, of course. But yeah, I mean, Chase Brown looks great, and the PPR angle, that's it. If it was non-PPR, I'd go Javonte for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But look, it's just Joe Burrow being back. Chase Brown has not just been volume driven either. He's been pretty good. Like we're talking 5.6, 5.5, 6.9.8, 4.6 in his yards per carry. Only one game he's been under 4. That was against Chicago, where he caught 8 passes on, 14 targets. So yes, targets have come down a little bit, but remember how it was nobody can run in New England? 170 yards for 5.6.
They got him outside, man. They got him outside.
And you get Smoking Joe back in a decent to good matchup here against Baltimore in what should be a decently high scoring game for them. I like it. I like Chase Brown rest of season. Higher upside, they probably have the same kind of floor, in my opinion. But man,
Brown's probably got more upside.
More upside, relatively same floor. Like we're talking about a running back that hasn't cracked 20 points since week 5 against the lowly Jets. He has not caught more than 2 passes since week 6 against Carolina. The role just seems to have dried up. Now the top 10 RB on the season looks really nice, but there's some context that needs to be a light shown on it there. So
right.
Yeah, I'm going Chase Brown rest of season.
I kind of think a lot of it delays and draws and the defense not expecting them to run it. Like they've made some adjustments in that it's not like they're just lining up. All right, we're going to run the ball downhill with Chase Brown, because if you try doing that, then you're going to get stymied. So they have made some adjustments, and it's resulted in him running into a brick wall for 2 months, and now he's just popping off 20-yard runs. It's kind of amazing turnaround, quite frankly. What else do we have?
We have Lamar or Dak rest of season in a 4-point passing touchdown.
I mean, you absolutely positively have to go Dak Prescott. I mean, based on everything, based on the strength of the offense, based on production over the last month, based on the eyeball test, everything.
Yeah, Lamar
looks terrible.
He's banged up. He came back after being away. He threw the 4 touchdowns. Everything looked phenomenal, but you cannot deny that he's hurt. Week 10, 16.6. It's the first time that he hasn't. Remember, this is a guy that went 27 straight games throwing at least 1 touchdown pass, and now he's back-to-back weeks without it.
Is it possible that maybe I'm sure part of it is an injury, but is it possible that part of the problem is they're just dead? Like, there's talks about they're going to move on from Harbaugh. Like, I just feel is it possible that they're just flat and just lifeless?
No, when your quarterback has to miss multiple practices a week, can't practice at full strength, already doesn't practice all preseason, you need 100% effectiveness. And remember, this is a team that's built their offense around his ability to move.
Right.
Every time, how long have I been complaining about these delayed handoffs to Derrick Henry? And it's because he can't pull the ball. There's no risk of Lamar running. You saw it multiple times last week, where in other weeks he could have absolutely turned it on, and then he's getting caught by sub-athlete linebackers. And
goes down like a sack of potatoes too.
He wants to, but you can tell that he can't. So it makes sense when you look at hamstring, toe, ankle, everything that he needs to plant and be decisive. Half of their offense is gone. So,
well, guess what? This is what I've been saying forever about these running quarterbacks. So I think at this point we've seen the best of Lamar Jackson.
I'm not going to go that far. Every time we say that, he comes back and breaks records. I mean,
but now he's continually getting older by the day, per sources.
Sure.
I'm hearing in my ear that he gets older every day.
Per chance.
But we're just adding on to the pile of the hits and the injuries. Like that doesn't get better.
So out of all of the injuries, the ones that are inflicted by an opponent is just the ankle. The hamstring was a pull early in the year, and then the toe is just the same thing, right? That someone like,
but again, the residual effect of the hits,
I just can't
lead to these other injuries.
I can't say a guy that has over the last 2 years thrown 7 interceptions, and 6 of them are the direct result of it either hitting his receiver's hands / a lineman tipping it. That had almost 5,000 combined yards just last season. We've seen the best there. Now there is a problem with I'll get deep in the Ravens lore. There is a problem on the interior side of the Ravens offensive line, and it's Falele. Yeah. This dude, there is a Twitter account whose only thing is every time Falele takes a snap, they post it, and he is a turnstile. So you've got a limited mobile quarterback who's used to being able to use his athleticism to move around. You've got constant pressure from the interior forcing him to roll out, and he can't. And then there's no threat of that option run up the middle or to the side slowing them down. They're just pinning their ears back. The last time we saw defenses attack Baltimore like this, it was the season where everyone went, just all out blitz Greg Roman's offense.
Right.
I believe that's his last year, 2021. The game against Miami on Thursday Night Football, where they literally just sent Engage 8 for all my Madden players every single snap, and they couldn't do anything. And everyone else in the league did that. So we're seeing more aggression against Baltimore, and he can't escape. He can't do the things that he's used to doing. Now, for the season, I think unless he just miraculously gets healthy, even though he has the immune system of a toddler, I don't see it happening. So I will take Dak here because this offense is a top 5 offense, if I'm not mistaken. At this point, he's just chucking the ball. Dallas is pushing. They got to run the table. There's all that talk.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take that. But Dynasty heads, this is a time we've got some questions in the Fantasy Points Dynasty side of the Discord, which you can get in with the free account right now. That's all you need for the Dynasty content for now. I've got some tools on the way. Don't get that twisted. We're getting asked if they should buy Lamar. You should be if you're not an upper tier team and can afford some of the cost to acquire. But absolutely, I agree with you. Rest of the season, I think he's probably, the floor is probably a lot bigger, and we're probably not going to hit that 30-point game unless it's against the Bengals in a couple of weeks. We'll see. But
it'll be interesting to see going forward, though, can Lamar have another year or two or more than one where he enjoys the health, because then we're probably fine, more than fine.
Yeah,
but
out of there.
Again, he's been playing high-level football now for over a decade, including his college, and he's taking a ton of hits. He's getting older. I can attest. Your body gets worse. I have fallen off a cliff myself over the last 7 or 8 years. Athletically, at least. There was a time where I could run still, even in my mid to upper 40s, but those days are over. Anyways, he's only getting older, and maybe all these residual hits will in fact lead to more injury problems going forward as he continues to try and play this way. And then now we're back to square one next year, where he's got an ankle or hamstring, which limits his pocket, which limits him to the pocket, which makes him easier to defend. So this could be a pattern.
I will say the amount of, so if you look at Lamar Jackson's injuries, almost every single one of them, except for the hip drop tackle, I believe 2 years ago on the sidelines, have all come in the pocket.
Oh, I know, but
that's the strangest thing with him. It's like you're not even getting hurt running; you're getting hurt in the pocket as a known. It's just a weird phenomenon.
Well, here's why I don't think it's weird. You're proving my point. basically. How does he get hurt in the pocket? How does that happen? Because of the residual effects of running like a crazy person for 10 years against very, very high level competition. I've talked to this with actual NFL quarterbacks. Rich Gannon is number one on the list. Like, he is a firm believer in what I'm saying. Basically, I pretty much got it from him, quite frankly, having conversations with him about it. But anywho, what else do we have?
We have
Scanny
saying thanks for all you do in the community. Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you popping in here every single week.
Good old Scanny.
So, yeah, we love you. Happy Thanksgiving, obviously. That, cheese balls.
New sub.
$4.99 new sub here. He needs some advice. He got offered Tyrone Tracy and AJ Brown for my Derrick Henry. He said he's 7-5 in a full PPR. Do you trust this? I don't know if I trust this AJ Brown stuff.
Yeah. But it's a viable question because we don't know if we trust this Derrick Henry stuff. But here's the thing. Even though Derrick Henry's struggling, he's still producing.
Yeah.
Like last week.
He's the Yeti. Back-to-back 20-point games. He scored 3.
I think I'd probably sink or swim with Henry because he's got Cincinnati in 2 of the next 3 games. Yeah. And I'm just going to, if I have problems at wide receiver, I'm just going to try and find somebody on the waiver wire. It's got to be viable.
You've got Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. This is where it gets tough. Is you're looking semifinals if it's week 16 against New England. That is where it gets tough. But you have to get there. You have to get there to panic. So let's get there with Derrick Henry.
Exactly. I mean, and then hope he can score a couple short tutties.
Which, look, it's what this offense is built around. There's no way that a player who is number 1 in efficiency and inside the 5 last year, who was 28th heading into the week this last week, 28th in the league, that's going to sustain. There's no way. And it changed last week. They finally switched up the play calls like I have been crying and complaining and arguing for. And maybe they heard me. I don't know. They heard my tears all the way up here in Canada and begging for those I formation and single back runs.
Well, they were lifeless early in that game against the Jets, though. It was terrible.
It almost feels like they need to either be in like being contested, playing from behind, like they need to feel like underdogs for them to they play down to their competition all the time. And in the Harbaugh era, I have been complaining about this since Lamar got drafted, is that they play down. Yeah. Every time they're supposed to absolutely smoke a team, unless it's like a random Monday Night Football game against Miami, they play down, and especially in noon games. So this is a primetime game, which now is going to somehow mean Lamar is going to throw for 6 touchdowns to spite me, because that dude in primetime is unbelievable. When we're done here, or I'll try to pull it up when I ask the next question, he's unbelievable in primetime games, Guru. It's like he waits for it.
That has been a little cheat code of mine for a long time. I learned a long time ago working with NFL players that, yes, they do click it up a notch on when the stage is set for them. National game, Thanksgiving, Monday night, maybe not Thursday as much because it's a short week, but they absolutely do. And there are certain types of players, certain guys, individuals that they go even further. So that's been a cheat code that I've used forever. The high spotlight games and all that,
He's 19-5 in primetime games. Wow. He's won 11 of his last 12 primetime starts, and at home he's 8-1 in primetime games. So
to answer the question, no, we're not doing that.
No, we're absolutely not. And keep in mind, when you answer a question, you're probably getting a sidebar or two with Guru and I. Little Big Man says, what a great live on a Wednesday morning, raising my hands. He says, Creed. It is shameful that Creed has not done any sort of halftime show since the amazing performance they put on in that
was in Dallas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jermaine wants to.
Can you take me higher?
Oh man,
I'm not a Creed guy. Sorry,
I blast Creed at the gym. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Put it in chat. I cannot put that link in chat, but it is in the description Gmain. It'll take you to the website. You can sign up for your thing for free. Follow those steps, and it can get you in there. Scanny, our guy Scanny, Harvey or Jones this week in a full PPR.
By the way, do you ever see the movie real quick? You ever see the movie The New Guy?
The New Guy.
It is one of my favorite comedies.
I think so.
Like maybe the 2000s.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know the main actor actually from
What's
my
that
goodness.
DJ Quayle's guy, like Road Trip guy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wasn't it Road Trip?
Anyway. Also there for sure. But I know him from Hustle and Flow. I know him as the DJ from Hustle and Flow. Also another top tier movie.
That's a good movie. That's what's his face? Is that a fictional story?
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
But who is it again? What's his name?
That's Terrence Howard.
That's it. Terrence Howard.
It's Terrence Howard.
Who's like now all science and he's like conspiracy theory guy and
his
interesting.
Again, off the rails here because that's what we do. But if you want to listen to something hilarious, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You want to know how big
debating Terrence Howard?
Yeah, he breaks it all down like from his appearance on the Rogan podcast. If you want to know how big of a nerd that I am without seeing all my Lego and my swords and my books that are on the shelf behind me, I listen to Star Talk, which is Neil deGrasse Tyson's science and exploration podcast. I am that big of a loser. That's how much I don't go outside. So
yeah.
Well,
there was one little line in that movie that, speaking of Creed, this is what made me go there. That just cracked me up. Like, so I guess in the movie, like they're all high school. By the way, that was my criteria when I was young. If I'm looking to watch a movie and I saw on the TV guide, I'm like, high school hijinks. This is right up my alley. But it was high school hijinks type. And I guess they had the big party or like a pep rally where they advertised that Creed was going to be there. And the guy goes on the mic at the, it's like dark. Everyone's waiting for it. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, Creed will not be here tonight. It just cracked me up.
Yeah, some of that stuff is lost in movies today. But he needs to know Harvey or Jones this week in a full PPR. Harvey, Jones, Benson, rest of season. This RJ Harvey stuff, it feels like a myth to me.
I kind of trust Harvey a little bit more than Jones though this week.
Well, Baltimore definitely makes that.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling all right with Harvey. Coming off the bye. Yeah, I like Harvey here. Oh yeah, against DC. You kidding me? We've got him at 18. That's pretty good. We got him ranked over freaking Kyron Williams. So it's Harvey all day long.
Yeah, I like this too, and I'm probably taking Harvey rest of season as well. Aging running back, the Vikings offense has problems, and I don't know what Trey Benson has on everybody in the fantasy community that this dude gets touted as like a must play. We haven't seen anything. Like Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has done more in his career so far than Trey Benson has done in his time.
We saw one game.
Yeah,
really.
And even dating back to his rookie year, he just really didn't do anything.
No, he got better as the year progressed, though. That was it. He got better.
Yeah, but even to a point where it was like, okay, we're still waiting for him to potentially
for
maybe
sure
get
He's
a
got
role,
some flaws. Might not have great vision.
That was a big problem when he came out of Florida State for sure. He can catch the ball, but now they do this weird, insanely annoying rotation there in Arizona.
Yeah. He's what they call. He's what I think that some people call a gaping hole runner. But here's the problem: I'm a gaping hole runner. You're a gaping hole runner. It's like you give me a gaping hole. I'm like, all right, we're gonna work with this.
And we've seen decent target shares coming from RJ Harvey. 13.5 in week 9. We had over almost 11 in week 10. Now it did dip to 8, but he led the running back. He led the backfield. That was the Kansas City game, so we knew that game was going to be tough. So we're coming out of a bye week for a rookie running back. That's generally the signal. Right. I'm going to take RJ Harvey here.
He's got an eye for the end zone too.
Some people disagree with you that Caleb has been good versus bad. Now, I don't get into the quarterback evaluation from a real standpoint, but
Brett Whitefield continues to say that he's bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
He looks. It looks like
there's
it
some
looks
NFC
okay.
stuff there, maybe.
It looks better. I actually commented
It's
in the
in
summer where I'm like, you know what? I could clearly see that Ben Johnson's in his ear. Like he is a little bit more focused, but at the end of the day, talented is. I mean, he can run around like nobody's business, and he can sling it too.
right.
Maybe not great touch and timing, but he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about, like, in regards to fantasy, right? Like, we're talking about his upside is absolutely that Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati. And then the Dallas game at 29. But we're talking about multiple weeks of under 12 points. I mean, under 12 against Vegas. He had under 5 against New Orleans, under 12 against Baltimore. Minnesota, he didn't crack 11, right?
Right.
There's still some consistency problems, and I think that's what everybody is banging their head against. You can see that it's kind of there, but the consistency is not there. I saw someone again put Discord in chat. You cannot get to the Discord for that. Through that, you need to do it through the website. I cannot just drop the Discord link. You have to go to the website. Something that Terrence Howard lost his way when he passed on Iron Man 2. Yeah, he wanted that paycheck. He wanted that. Hey, but shout out our guy Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle definitely.
I'm a Don Cheadle guy. I haven't watched any of these comic movies though, Marvel, but I have talked to Paul Rudd about it, name drop. And, he was articulating to me one day about how much of an empire just being in that Marvel group is. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yep. Frosty126 says, I'm projected to lose this week, but he needs to win to lock a playoff spot in. So I need points. Which 3 do I play? Rico, Warren, Odunze, Pittman, and Brian Thomas Jr. He needs these points, Guru. He needs you.
I'm not going with Pittman.
Really? Okay.
No, he's got a tough matchup here.
Okay.
I was looking at that. I don't like Danny Dimes in this game.
He's got the Stingley match.
Yeah, he's got Stingley, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like Danny Dimes. I don't like Pierce. Pierce going to be on Lassiter. Don't like it. So I do like Odunze, though. I'll tell you exactly why. It's not a great schematic. He did come up a little small last week. But based on alignment numbers, he should see more of Adoree Jackson.
Right.
With DJ Moore being more so on Mitchell. Like maybe they do shadow Mitchell if Odunze makes a play or two, but I kind of like Odunze there. But you need 3. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 2 running backs and Odunze with confidence.
I like it. I like that call.
And Brian Thomas Jr., I mean, what a disaster. And by the way, Nico Collins kind of stinks this year too. You got to be kidding me. I thought that they were the slam dunkiest late first round picks there were. 2 young alphas in decent offenses, getting the ball, moving all over. It hasn't been that bad for Nico, but boy, it hasn't been that good.
Well, keep in mind that Nico has a CJ Stroud problem because with Davis Mills, we're looking at 14.5, 22.6, and 24.
Yeah.
And he was on his way again last week, and he caught that ball, he broke that tackle, had 50 yards in front of him, got smacked so hard in the chest he could not keep running. I think if even if he just goes down there and doesn't take that hit, he was starting to get those targets again. I think after that, he was not totally right. Jaden Higgins became the primary at that point. Unfortunately, now I talked about this on a mini pod. I believe it was either the Monday Dynasty Points mini pod that's out that I put out every Monday morning, or it was the Saturday afternoon one that I put out. But he has a CJ Stroud problem coming back, so we're going to see what happens. But Indy, Kansas City, Arizona, Vegas, and Chargers is an interesting schedule. He's already 26. The upside is there, but I think he has a CJ Stroud problem.
Yeah. I'm sure you're right. I mean, he's still good, but it hasn't been that good. I'm going Brissett over Burrow. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I understand. I totally get it. I probably am too. I think we're going to get another Michael Wilson week as well. I don't see Marv coming back yet. So I totally agree.
You don't see Marv coming back, huh?
Not this week. The coach speak was when he's mentally ready and physically ready, he'll be back. So that's not a vote of confidence to me.
Gotcha.
And hey, someone said Creed is basically a meme band.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with that?
See, I understand though why fans like Creed, because I will say this real quick. I'm a big zeitgeist guy. And if you don't know what zeitgeist means, it is, the spirit of the time, So if there is, and there are a number of bands that I feel capture the zeitgeist of the time,
that makes sense.
And therefore I rate them a little higher, than maybe a musically inclined person would. I've got music inclinations in my DNA. There's no doubt about it. All my kids are, 3 of my 4 kids are musicians, but for me, it's just the listening and I all that. Anyway, so I think Creed captured the zeitgeist of the moment. And that's why people, especially if you were coming up at that time, you will always appreciate them because it will always hearken you back to that time of, I don't know if it was a great time in America, coming right out of 9/11, but it was probably better than this crap that we got now. That's for sure.
I will say this. The thing you don't listen to Creed because you want to reminisce on the greatest guitar players in the world. You listen to it because it is a meme, right? You listen to it it's like Nickelback, right? Like Creed, like Nickelback is kind of our Canadian, Creed type thing. Everyone talks about the hate for Nickelback, but yet they're like the most successful Canadian band ever. So people are obviously, but you don't listen to it because you're like, I want to listen to the greatest musicians play. No, you want to listen to corny, cheap rock and roll or whatever you want to call them. And you just set it and forget it. Entertainment. And it's like watching a bad movie. You know what you're watching is a terrible movie, but you enjoy it. And that's what I feel like those bands like Creed and Nickelback.
Yeah.
Those like
it's kind of like your generation's version of yacht rock.
Yeah. You know what? Absolutely right. Yeah, yacht rock is a great way to look at that. By
the way, that's how I feel when I watch the movie White Chicks.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah.
By the way, here's a quick White Chick story. I've told the story before, but for those who want a little entertainment, it's very quick. 20 years ago, Jacksonville Super Bowl. I'm there. They're promoting the movie The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and Burt Reynolds. So they announced that they're doing like a Q&A with the cast in somewhere to some theater in Jacksonville. And they had shuttle buses from the convention. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. I'm open. I'm free. I didn't have anything to do. So I sit in the front row and I'm observing everybody. At the end, I got the last question in because I was actually working on a screenplay at the time. This is before I became a father of the twins. So I was starting to do a little off-season hobby of writing a screenplay because I was, I'm into it. So I asked Chris Rock and Adam Sandler a question, but before I asked the question, because Terry Crews is in the movie and he's back there and I know who Terry Crews is. Him and I are actually born one day apart. So we're a day, he's a day older than me. So I'm like, I feel bad for Terry Crews. Nobody asked him a question. So I raised my hand. I get the last question in. I said, I've got a question for Adam and Chris. But before I get to my question, I just want to state for the record to Terry Crews up there that I thought it was appalling how his incredible performance in White Chicks was snubbed by the Academy. I just thought it was a travesty, and I just want to get that out there. I look over, Burt Reynolds starts laughing. Of course, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, because they're professional comedians and no one else is allowed to be funny around them. And I've been around a lot of comedians. They're all like that. If you're a regular person, you're not allowed to be funny. So they, of course, didn't say anything. However, 2 weeks later, Chris Rock is hosting the Oscars, and guess what he did? He did a whole sketch on how White Chicks got robbed by the Academy. So they stole my joke.
They stole your bit. Someone wants to know, MS Chill 9326 wants to know, would you trade Kyron for Saquon Barkley?
That's kind of a lateral move.
It is.
I kind of like both guys to inch upward a little bit, especially Kyron in the next 2 weeks. Ooh, boy, that I'm going to say no, because when it's a lateral move, I don't do it I only do a trade if I feel it's measurably going to improve my team. And this is, you're trading apples for apples.
Kyron definitely doesn't have the 30-point upside that maybe someone like Barkley has. And Kyron's getting vultured by 1 yard Devontae Adams touchdown.
He is.
But I mean, look, we watch the Eagles offense. We know what's coming inside the 3-yard line. Barkley has to score from outside the 10, it feels like, to have a chance. And he's not running well. I mean, there's plenty of all 22. I'm not going to be the hashtag watch the film guy. Watch the all 22, whatever. But they're big open gaps that he's just missing right now. That offense is just out of sync. So I'm not doing this personally.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, not right now. Not right now for sure. Can
we go rapid fire?
We are going to rapid fire these. A lot of Creed comments. I didn't know Creed was going to be such a
they're polarizing, man. They're polarizing.
But also shout out our guy Dan Brown. Much love to Dan popping in. Matt Fox, how would you plan this week? 0.5 PPR of Jameson Williams, but also Marion Hampton and Parker Washington.
Number one, if I wanted and needed upside, I would just plug in JMO. I hate to say it. I really do. But, if I'd be happy with 10.4 points, then I trust Parker Washington more. I hate to say it. I mean, I know that Brenton Strange is back, but Parker Washington does it every week. He's I'm not going to say he commands the ball, but I mean, he's good. So yeah, I'm not going to touch a Marion Hampton this week unless things come out like after Friday, like, oh, he's great. He's going to,
But so you also don't have time to wait till Friday, given that Jameson Williams is playing on Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
Yeah. So
forget about Hampton. I would view JMO if I wanted to be aggressive, and I would view Parker Washington as a safer play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely, that's kind of how that's my lean as well. Quincy Davis, shout out. He says need to win 1 RB, Hunt, Charbonnet, Tootin, Vidal. He also has 2 wide receivers, 2 flex, Dortch, Booty, Myers, BTJ, and Quentin Johnston in all caps.
This is rough. A lot of these are rough here.
Well, yeah,
I'm going Hunt until proven otherwise. Hunt was scoring with Pacheco there, so I'm going Hunt. I mean, the dude's unbelievable at this point. 100 yards last week rushing. I mean, are you kidding me? So I'm going Hunt over Charbonnet because I understand Charbonnet scored last week, but man, the usage is down.
Yep.
And Walker does look pretty good. In terms of the 2 flexes, Dortch. Well, if you think that Marvin Harrison isn't going to play again,
that's my lean right now. That's my lean right now as we sit here on Wednesday morning.
I mean, I definitely like Michael Wilson again. He'll see a lot of Zion McCollum. Booty, I haven't had a chance to truly go into the schematics of it, but I'm not doing Booty. You know why? Because he's set to see a lot of Cordell. I love Flott. Cordell Flott, who was bad last year, and guess who erased JMO last week? Cordell Flott.
Right. And Booty's only got two targets coming back. That was against Cincinnati. He had 2 for 15.
I like Myers.
I like Myers as well.
Myers looks good.
Yeah, Myers is a great play for me here, and I like Dortch there as well. I'm also playing Hunt, especially if Pacheco does not make it back. I mean, if Pacheco doesn't make it back, they're just giving this guy 25 touches again.
Even if Pacheco's back, I'm starting him over Tootin and Charbonnet.
What about over Vidal if no Hampton?
Well, Hampton, you said, is ramping up, so
potentially.
Yeah, that's true. If he is inactive, then that's. But here's we won't know.
We won't know. Yeah,
I think you go Hunt. I think you go Hunt. What else?
I agree. I am in agreement. Just wanted to dot all the I's, cross all the T's. We have
allergies. I'm not used to having allergies here, but damn near December, but they're here.
We've got if you want to entertain, listen to Rams. I do Haas like the best of them. There's only so much I can do Haas. Someone says hashtag never again, JMO. Look, I understand.
I know, man. I know. He's burned me to a crisp last week.
DP needs to know which one of these four would you drop: Strange, Schultz, Fannin, and Loveland. I have a pretty quick and decisive answer on this.
Well, wait. Which of these four? He lists four. How about all four?
Which of these would you drop? I'm not. Well.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah. Which one of these four?
My bad. I'm gonna go Fannin because of Shador.
See, I'm gonna go Schultz. I actually like Fannin because of Shador. Right. This offense is tight end centric. It has been 6 targets again for Fannin.
Yeah.
For 4 receptions, 5, 7, 8, 5, 10. He's only had 2 games all year with under 5 targets. And again, this is an offense that runs through the tight ends. It just does. Maybe we see a few more deep shots, right? He had the one really, really big deep shot that everyone got really excited for. And as you should, it was a really great play. Also, shout out, I called the Isaiah Bond being the deep guy.
You did. That was a good call.
He hit his prop. That prop went over. We love that. I think Bond is going to be his number 1, not Judy.
I'm just leaning on the body of work for the season. And I know the guy has got 1 touchdown, but man, and he got stymied with the worst matchup in the league last week against Buffalo. Man, he's been good. Schultz has been really good all year. He's good. So it's a close call there. But
I can't do the relying on the Houston Texans offense. I can't.
Well, there's the craptasticness of that offense is probably what has made Dalton Schultz good.
What's amazing is they're 11-12 on the season, Fannin and Schultz. So it's really just a play on how you view the offense moving forward. That's my lean. That's Guru's lean. Again, this Browns offense is going to be so interesting to see. And I've stayed out of the discourse. I'm going to continue to stay out of the Shador discourse. 6 completions past the line of scrimmage this last week is just interesting to me.
Yeah. I'm going to go Higgins on this question.
Higgins, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been noting in my writing that, hey, he looks good, and I think he's showing like a old school rookie ascension where he kicks it up a notch second half of the season. So I'm going to go Higgins. I think Reed is interesting, but hey, so is Dobbs, so is Golden, so is Wicks, so is Musgrave, so is Bo Melton, so is Malik Heath. I mean, these freaking guys throwing it to anybody.
I don't know if I'll ever say that Matthew Golden is interesting.
I know.
That was just such. I feel like, and I said this on the Dynasty Points podcast, where I feel like they just selected him to go, see, we did it, and then had no plans of like hyper using him the way that everybody wanted. I feel like it was just like, fine, we'll finally draft a skill position in the first round, okay,
right,
and then not use him. Joke's on you, never needed him. Boom.
I mean, it makes sense. I can see that. That's not outrageous.
That's what it feels like to me. Before Devontae Adams comes back to retire a Green Bay Packer after winning the Super Bowl with the Rams this year. That's my storyline. That's how it's ending. That's how I'm calling it.
Well, hey, I believe in the karmatic elements in play in the universe. So the universe has told the Packers, and we'll end on this. You guys can get all-time great quarterbacks. Congratulations. But the trade-off is you're never drafting a good number 1 wide receiver. And if you do, like Javon Walker 20 years ago is going to blow out his knee, and that's it. So you're just going to have to accept it. It's like me. The universe told me, we're going to give you a very great career talking about football and fake football, but we're also going to not give you any luck whatsoever with any of your selections. That has been my thing. I have 0 luck. So that's the universe. I accept it. I've accepted it, but at this point, the universe gave me a great opportunity to make a living about football, but they're not going to give me even the average luck of a normal human being. So that's just the way it is. It's a trade-off.
I'm sad now. Drake London officially listed as out. I'm going to go crawl into a corner and cry many tears. I'm now depressed. People want to know. I've even got DMs about this actually, Guru, on my Sleeper account. So from Fantasy on Sleeper, I got a DM. Somebody wants to know, how are you feeling about Mechie with Tyrod in there?
I feel good.
This is with obviously rest of season, Reed, Higgins, Dobbs. They said, or Mechie. I think I still like Higgins there overall, but I mean, Mechie, everyone's talking about AD Mitchell. Our guy who we have on staff was all about Mechie. What are your vibes here with Mechie here? Well,
I'm a huge Mechie guy from the beginning. If you've listened to anything and written or said whatever, I'm a huge Mechie guy. Interviewed him, set up an interview because I liked him a lot, and he is a great guy. I felt so bad when he had the problem, the health scare, and of course when I talked to him, he was coming off an ACL. This is right before the cancer, leukemia, whatever, the diagnosis. So it's been a tough struggle bus. He's been traded a couple times, but look, I loved him at Alabama. I'm like, this guy's good. He's got inside outside versatility. I remember talking to him about route running. They take a lot of pride in that coming out of Alabama, so I wrote on the waiver wire report, I'm like, hey, end of the day here, John Mechie's the number one receiver for the Jets. That's it. And Tyrod Taylor gives him sustaining elements here, much more so than Fields. So I like Johnny Mechie. That's my number one waiver wire pickup this week. I regret not putting him on the list last week, but he's only owned in 1% of Yahoo League, so he's freely available. So yeah. I mean, this is a weird year. There's seasons within the season and all that, but like, how often you get like a number one target just there? I know it's the Jets and all, but
multiple.
It's like everywhere.
Michael Wilson was readily available in 60% of leagues this year.
And it's to my point, like if everything's fragmented, everything's spread out. That's why we don't have these runs where a guy produces 6, 7 weeks in a row. It used to happen all the time. That never happens now. Never.
Yep. So the league has definitely changed. Trade away Kincaid to acquire Brian Thomas Jr. He said my other tight end is Hunter Henry.
I know.
Stay away from the high ankle sprains. Stay away from high ankle sprains when you can. And not even just the high ankle sprains. He wasn't performing pre-high ankle sprain. Hard to imagine him performing post-high ankle sprain.
Yeah, and Hunter Henry had a big game. We all saw it coming. And he previously was very frustrating, hard to rely on. So I'm just going to pray, go to church, light a candle that Dalton Kincaid can return this week.
We have a Guru shout out to the Fantasy Point Squad, greatest group ever assembled. The new Avengers, he says. Happy holidays.
Okay.
So another satisfied.
Ironically, I was a big Marvel guy growing up. I was a huge Spider-Man guy, Iron Man. I actually owned the first Daredevil comic.
Hell yeah!
I gave it to my brother for his birthday or something. Iron Man, Fantastic Four. The Avengers were okay. I mean, I wasn't a huge Avenger guy, but the dude in the wheelchair, right? Or is that
would be X-Men?
X-Men. That's right. That's X-Men. But that's also Marvel. Yeah, but I'm a Spidey guy though. Spider-Man all the way. All the way. Love Spider-Man.
My brother is too, for sure. I was always a Daredevil guy growing up. So Daredevil and Punisher for me growing up were two.
Oh, no, that's what it was. Punisher. I had the first Punisher. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had Punisher #1. I don't know what it's worth now. Probably like $1,500, but I gave it to my brother.
It's worth something to someone.
Favorite Spider-Man villain? I gotta go Doc Ock.
You know what? Man, I can't go against Green Goblin.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I can't
very
go
true.
against
No,
Green
you're right. You're right. It's a good one. Harry Osborn.
Venom,
but
Carnage. Maybe Carnage. Carnage is up there too.
I personally believe maybe I'm too egotistical, but I think like my age group reading Spider-Man comics in the 70s and early 80s was like the glory days, like the best. The best. Yeah,
you guys got it first, right? We got more like the adapted versions, and
100%.
We can kind of end it on this in this flex here. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. He has Etienne, Genty, Bucky, Neil Hunt. Puka, Zay, Worthy, Higgins.
Two running backs.
Let's start this with two running backs.
Well, ETN.
Yep.
Well, Genty's hurt.
Genty is hurt. Bucky does appear to be coming back.
I think I'm going Bucky. Because they've been holding him out this long. I know they're dying, but I feel like whenever I see a guy being held out this long and then he comes back, I'm like, well, he's back. So I would go Bucky and ETN there.
Bucky is going to, per Todd Bowles on the 24th, Bucky Irving is going to practice all of this week. If he's well by Friday, he'll play on Sunday. Yeah,
I mean, Hunt's a little safer, maybe.
Hunt is safer. Hunt is definitely safer.
It's unfortunate. You got to make that damn call now.
Yes, it is for sure.
But Devin Neal you'd be lucky if you get 20 yards rushing and forget about touchdowns. But he's a good receiver, and he should catch 4 or 5 balls most weeks from Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, he was on my. I talked about him on the Dynasty Pod here.
Good vibe on Devin Neal for what it's worth. I know I don't want to annoy people. Like, people say, we don't care that you interview a guy. Like, well, I do.
Yeah,
because
part of the process.
I read people very well. That's kind of what I do.
Right.
And he's a good dude, very mature. I like him. Liked him a lot. Devin Neal. Liked him a lot.
So then we need 2 wide receivers here. He has Puka, Zay, Shakir, Worthy, and Higgins.
I mean, you got to go Puka and Zay, but I do like Worthy. I might play Worthy over Shakir this week, FYI, but it's a moot point, I guess, because it's got to be Zay and Puka. I mean, obviously, Zay is kind of like their Puka.
He still needs 2 flexes as well. Are you putting Worthy in?
Oh yeah.
And then baby. Are you putting Neal or not Neal? Are you putting the other, whichever one you don't play, between Hunt and Bucky in then?
Yeah.
I think you play Hunt and you flex Bucky, and if he doesn't go, you play Shakir.
There you go, kid. There you go.
I think that's the play and how I would handle that rotation.
But I will say I like Worthy more than Shakir.
I think that's crazy. Fair. No, I don't think so at all. I mean, you laid it out at the top of the show with the matchup and how it lays out for him. I don't think that's crazy at all.
By the way, Shakir's not good against man and Buff, and they're playing Pittsburgh.
Right. Yeah, but I agree.
He'll get like 4 for 47 or something. But yeah.
Do you like Brissett or Prescott?
To me, I'm going to go just with Dak Prescott because I kind of like Brissett maybe a little more, but I just trust Dak more. I mean, I trust Dallas at home. Not tougher matchup, but could be a higher scoring. Yeah, I'm going Dak there.
Yep, 100%. We're playing. Just picked up Franklin. Have Sutton. Who do I start?
Oh, Sutton's got a great matchup.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Sutton time. This is Sutton. Finally. I don't know why I like saying it like that, but I was like Cam Newton and Sutton. I used to work with that Kay Adams, and I used to make fun of her all the time because she'd ask me like, "What do you think about Cam Newton?" I'm like, "I don't know who that is, but I can talk about Cam Newton if you'd like." What about Andy Dalton?
Well, it's like when we rip on Ryan for how he says room. He says it rum, and we have a pretty good time with that over with Dynasty Points. We call Andy and I. We have this. We call Charbonnet. And I can't not do it now with how it's spelled. Like I have, like it just comes out now. It's just who he is to me. We have a Hunt, Alec Pierce, or Monte. There you go, Monte in the PPR flex.
Ball.
That's just because I can't read, guys.
Were you a Monty Ball guy?
I was a Monty Ball guy back in the day.
You know what my nickname for him was? Just amusing myself. Monty Left Ball. I don't know why. It just.
Oh my God.
God. I'm going Hunt here.
I like that too. You did like we like Mooney as well, but the workload. Mooney
No,
and Hunt are like
it's Monty. Isn't it
yeah.
Monty?
Well, you have Monty, Hunt, or Pierce here for a
I don't like
PPR
Pierce.
flex.
I don't like Pierce this week.
Don't like Pierce. Like Montgomery and Hunt are like the same player.
They are the same guy. Yeah.
One just gets all the touches, right? So we that's why we're leaning that real quick.
So I did that calculation in my head. Like they're the same guy. Who do I trust more? I think it's Kareem Hunt.
Brissett or Dart?
Ooh. Is Dart going?
I believe he is.
Yeah, I'm going Dart then because New England's pass defense has not been good.
Yeah, I agree. You can't run on them as much, although Cincinnati just did. But
right, you can't run on them. They play man, which is actually pretty good for, believe it or not, Ty Johnson. And yeah, I mean Wandale's been freaking great. You know, and then they play man, so Dart should probably run a little bit. You know, I don't know if he's maybe cautious, you know, but, you know, I already plugged him in there for like 30 rushing yards.
Right.
32 is what I projected. I don't know what we have, but I'm going to go Dart there.
Yep. I love that call. Look, we're going to do it. We can keep going for hours and hours here. Guru's got some stuff he's got to go out and do. Look, we appreciate everybody sticking with us. Thanksgiving, it's holiday times. You want to check in on your loved ones. It can be a lonely time for a lot of people on the holidays. So check in on your loved ones, even if you're not sure that they need it. You know, days get darker faster. There's just, you know, you never know. Check in on them. That's something I preach all the time over at Dynasty Points, especially in the holiday season. We did get a reference of Todd McFarlane. I love that. He says McFarlane's Hulk. I'll go McFarlane's Spawn is probably the best comic book character of all time, in my opinion. So shout out Todd McFarlane. And lastly, Guru, just one thing I want to note. I get asked this a lot. I'm a Chinese food on Thanksgiving guy more than I am Thanksgiving food guy. So I want to ask, and maybe nobody cares about this at all. Favorite Thanksgiving dish and least favorite Thanksgiving dish from the Guru.
I'm a big stuffing and gravy guy. So I like, you know, a lot of rich gravy over stuffing, potatoes, turkey. Least favorite. I'm not a mac and cheese guy. Although my son makes really good mac and cheese. If it's very dry, I like it. We did a whole Thanksgiving draft one year on the Sirius XM morning show, and our producer in the second round took lumpia. And I'm like, I never even heard of lumpia. I'm like, what the hell is lumpia? Anyway, lumpia is kind of like a cheesesteak egg roll, basically. It's not bad. But what is my least favorite? I don't like when they put that red jelly on.
Yeah.
No. Whatever that is.
Yeah. I don't like the cranberry sauce that takes the form of the can. That's not.
I kind of like that.
I can't. It does something about the like it looking like a can. If it's mashed up for some reason, it tricks my brain. But it forming to the can gets me. Least favorite to me all time is stuffing. I'm sorry. You can keep your soggy bread. If I want soggy bread, I'll dip it in water. You know, Joey Chestnut style wolfing hot dogs down. That's not for me. I can't do it. It just something about it that has never sat right with me. And then if I were to pick a Thanksgiving dish that I truly loved, it's got to be scallop potato. It's got to be the potato.
I like potatoes, scallop potatoes. Yeah.
That to me is the dish. Believe it or not, the Canadian Thanksgiving not that different from in terms of meal prep and meal everything. So it's actually pretty similar. Also, the bean casserole I could do without. Get that.
Oh, bean casserole. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't want that out of there. But I'm with you on the gravy, just not with you on the. I can't do. And yeah, it says Thanksgiving food is overrated. The thing that I really don't like about it is it's like the exact same thing as Christmas almost, with like a few different sides. It's like mostly the same.
Yeah. Christmas you do like maybe a ham.
Yeah. I'm a big ham guy on Christmas too. I'm just not a turkey guy at all. And I've been told it's because it's not prepped right. I've been told that I need to try it deep fried. No, I've seen every clip in the US where people burn their houses down, burn their neighborhood down. You will
Yeah.
never catch me dead deep frying a turkey in a pot. No way. I think that is insane behavior. Please be safe this Thanksgiving. Do not burn your house down trying to deep fry turkeys.
Good call.
Just be safe out there. We want to see you guys back here for week 14 Hump Day with Hansen.
I'll wrap it up for Thomas. Words of wisdom right there.
Yes.
Words to live by. I'm John Hansen. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we wasted over an hour of corporate hours for your employer. It's what we do here. No better day than the day before Thanksgiving. You know, the sad thing is tonight is normally the big party night. Back when we were young, you know, like I used to go out and ruin Thanksgiving by staying out partying until 4 a.m, but those days are long gone. So for Thomas, I'm John, and enjoy the holiday, enjoy the football games. We'll catch you next time right here at fantasypoints.com.
What? Why are you shaking your head?
You're welcome.